Hello everybody and welcome back to another action figure review. I've been interested in the Mythic Legions figures for quite some time now. I haven't really had the chance to get any of them, but now I decided to jump on the last wave of figures here and see what they're all about. Because I am intrigued by the fantasy theme and the fact that you can switch the parts around and make your own custom figures if you want. So there are really many aspects about these figures that I find interesting. So, well, let's crack one of them open and see what they are all about. So why not begin with the female character here, Cassia. She is a member of the House of the Noble Bear faction, and you can see that symbol here. And you can also read about Cassia and what she's doing over here on the other side, and on the back a more general summary of the stories behind Mythic Legions. And if you want to know more or read more about the Mythic Legions figures, you can check out the Horsemen website, and you can also check out what is coming up, the upcoming waves of figures and stuff like that. Well, but so far, very nice packaging here. Now let's get the figure out. A very cool thing is that you can open up the box without damaging any of the parts. And let's see what we have inside here. Looks like a cape of some kind and a lot of stuff here. I'm going to put it out in just a minute, and then in the plastic here we have the figure itself and the main weapon. So I'm just going to remove the figure now from the box and put all of this stuff up so we can check it out. And here we have Cassia out of the box, carrying her main sword, which was on the front of the box. So let's look down for a minute and see all of this cool other stuff that she brought with her. A huge warhammer here, and also an axe as the secondary weapon. Then we have no less than 3 different belts here in which you can put the sword, for example. She comes with 2 pieces of armor, shoulder armor, another head sculpt, including several accessories here, like horns, and she also comes with this very nice furry cape. Well, a lot of stuff. So before I try some of all that different stuff on her, let's just check out the figure itself. Here we have, it's a very nice size of figure, and it looks very nicely painted and sculpted. Great details all around. The armor pieces here, great color, and if you want, of course, you can weather some of it to make her look more battle damaged. There's a nice weight to the figure. So actually I am positively surprised of how this figure looks and feels. And of course all this stuff where you actually could buy 2 Cassias if you wanted to and create an entirely different look. But then again, this is the concept of the Mythic Legions figures. You have these main characters, and then you have the army builders or legion builders, where you have several different pieces and you can put them together so you can create an different looking army of barbarians, army of skeletons, army of orcs or goblins or whatever. I'm going to check that out in the future, I guess, because right now I'm actually quite surprised and happy with how these figures look and what they bring. If we take a look at the articulation, the knees and the elbows of the Mythic Legions figures are single jointed, so you can't really bend more than 90 degrees. I think it might be enough to pose them, but still it's not double jointed. We have a good range of head movement. The figure can also twist here at the mid body, do the splits more or less, kick forward, very much backward too, rotate here. And then we have a good deal of feet articulation as well, so you can create wide stances and still have the feet solidly planted on the ground. So there are strong sides and weak aspects of the articulation of the figures here. I think it might be enough to create very, very cool poses. At least that's what I'm going to try. Here we have a size comparison of Cassia next to a Mesco Daredevil figure, and they fit pretty good in scale. She might seem a little taller, maybe because of the helmet. Then we have Cassia next to a ninja, basic ninja from Articulated Icons. And then a 7-inch figure here from NECA Planet of the Apes. I guess, I don't know if they are somewhere between 6 and 7-inch scale, but she can fit in with both of these scales actually. So let's customize Cassia here. Begin with removing the hat. Then I'll put on one of these straps here. And I definitely want to check out how she looks with the shoulder armor that you put in here on the back in these holes. So one piece of shoulder armor goes over here and the other one on the other side. And of course you can start by only having one of them, but in this case I think I'll use them both. Then we have the cape or cloak here that you can put on her, and then we'll use the other hat. Something like that. Well, we can put this piece on the helmet. Goes in there. And then I'll have her hold the huge warhammer. Down here, I guess you'll have to, or at least it would be a good idea to hold it like a two-handed weapon. So here we have Cassia with a completely different look than what she had when she came in the box, and as I have mentioned, this is one of the very cool aspects of the figures. So for now I'll leave you with my opinion about this Mythic Legions Cassia, and then I'll sum up this review. So before we finish here, I would like to compare the Mythic Legions figures to the Articulated Icons figures. These figures, the Articulated Icons, were also figures meant to switch parts, and they typically came with a lot of weapons and stuff like that, so that makes them comparable to the Mythic Legions. But what are the differences? Well, to begin with, the Articulated Icon figures are better articulated. They move more. They have double jointed elbows and knees, for example, so you can see they can have a wider range of movement. But on the Mythic Legions figures, the details are much better, the sculpt too, if you ask me, and then I like the fantasy theme better. Another difference where the Articulated Icons are better is when it comes to different hands. As accessories, they all came with a bunch of different hands, like fist and karate chop hands and stuff like that. And here you only have the one pair of holding hands, because that's basically what you do if you are a Mythic Legions figure. You hold weapons and you fight. So there is also a difference. But if you want to check out the real differences and feels of these figures, check them out yourselves. I have previously reviewed the Articulated Icons figures, and I'm also going to review the Mythic Legions that I can get my hands on. Well, thanks a lot for watching this review. Leave a comment and subscribe if you'd like to see more.